Hey guys, I have had this topic on my to-do list for a really long time now and just really haven't gotten around to doing it. But as I was pulling up all of these elderberry shoots, I thought now would be the perfect time to talk about if I was starting from scratch and I only had $100 to spend, what would I spend that money on? If I was going back in time with all of the knowledge that I have now about my garden and I only had $100 to spend and that was it to get my garden started, what would I spend that money on? What would I find to be the best source to have in my garden for trading, selling, getting new plants? And this is what I'm going to talk about today. I just pulled out a ton of elderberry shoots. I've already potted up a bunch. And I just went through and pulled out all the ones that were in there because they were getting way too big. I don't want this elderberry spreading out any further in my garden. So we're going to plunk a couple of these bigger ones into these big pots. And you can bend these roots up even if they snap a little bit. These elderberry are incredibly resilient. I'm just going to twist it down there in the bottom like so. And then as we start putting the dirt in, we'll make sure that it's standing upright. So if you are in that place right now of wanting to get started and not having a whole lot of money to do it, this is my advice for you. You can see they were predicting thunderstorms and rain all day long. And this is what we get today. And we really, really, really need the rain. But I'm not complaining about being able to work outside in the garden though. So I'm just gonna fill these up with some dirt. Soil that I got out of the bottom of the chicken coop. And they will look really sad for a couple of days. After I put them in pots, I'll put them in the shade for, I don't know, sometimes it's a couple weeks until they perk up, they're standing straight, and I see fresh growth, like new shoots coming up. Then I'll start moving them out into full sun. And they'll stay really watered and mulch the top of them really well to hold the moisture in. My advice to you would be to put your money into something that not only will produce for you long term, but will self-propagate, and then that way you can sell or trade the extras of those plants. So then you can get new plants for your garden, different seeds, or maybe a little bit of funds to work on your garden in other ways. Elderberry here puts out tons of shoots every year. I would highly recommend, if you were starting out with a very small amount of money, to look into something like an elderberry that's going to branch out, send up shoots every year. Those are in high demand. I have traded elderberry shoots for hens. I got 4 hens for 2 elderberry shoots. I've sold tons of elderberry. I've traded them for tons of things for my garden. I think I traded them for my strawberry plants and for elephant ears, all kinds of things. They are in high demand. Everybody wants them. They're really easy to trade for things or sell or give away, even if you're just wanting to give away. Another one that's really great is strawberries. Once the strawberries start sending out runners, they make all kinds of strawberry plants. Every year they will multiply. You can divide them, split them up, trade them for other things, sell them as starts, and then use that money for something else for your garden. I would not recommend, if you have a very finite amount of money, just putting all of that money into a whole bunch of seeds for small things. I would recommend doing something that's going to give you more bang for your buck. It's going to produce for you year after year, and it's going to self-propagate for you. I'm going to run out of pots before I get all of these elderberries potted up. Like a smaller shovel will fit into this bucket. think I might have some more pots in my greenhouse. I don't think I have enough pots to put all of these up. But what I can do is just put them in a pot of water until I have the pots to put them in. Where I live, we have lots of free resources for getting seeds. We have our seed library where we can get free seeds very easily from. So especially in my area where it's easy to get seeds, my recommendation is definitely to get plants that are going to produce year after year versus putting all that money into seeds. If you have had a different experience and have different recommendations for first-time gardeners that are on a budget, I would love to hear your opinions and your tips for all of the new gardeners that are starting to learn what to do in their first year this year. Here are some elderberries that I had plucked out earlier and gotten potted up. They are starting to perk back up. You can see there's 2 of them that are still kind of droopy. But the rest of them have straightened back up. They're looking really good. They might just be a little bit dry right now too, since it's been so dry and they haven't gotten watered, but they perk back up and then they're looking really good. I typically will sell my elderberries for anywhere from between $5 and $25, just depending on how old they are. If they're new shoots like this that aren't very far established, I usually will do them for like $5. If they're ones that I've been growing for a year or more, I will usually do them for $25. See how that can really quickly add up and get you a lot for your money that you've spent on your homestead. Got all of these ones potted up from my one elderberry tree that I have over there, and my little helper splashing me with the hose. And you can see how this can really quickly add up. I still have all of these ones over here that I need to find pots for. I have some empty pots out in my garden out there. I'm gonna go dump those out and use those for these elderberry. I should be able to find enough pots to get these all put in pots because I hate to have any of them go to waste. So if this is your first year gardening, welcome to the club. It is a fun place to be, and it is one that always has more adventure and more learning, no matter how long you're in the club. I really hope you found this helpful, and if you have any questions, please feel free to leave them down in the comments below. It's great to have you here. I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.